stalled, security increased, tens of thousands of demonstrators expected to march through downtown LA for another No Kings protest. We are live with those preparations and the message. Plus, could relief be coming for TSA workers? The bill House Republicans passed as the battle to fund the DHS continues on Capitol Hill. What does this mean? And new legal trouble for Tiger Woods after a rollover crash in Florida. What?
Here's what's happening today.
Saturday morning. It is the last weekend of March 28th, as we take a live look over Mount Wilson. Thank you for waking up with us. I'm Michelle Vias. Could tell you all for waking up to a bit of a marine layer as we look at that picture right behind me from Echo Park Lake. Here's your forecast meteorologist, Kelly Moody.
We have had several days of morning fog and then kind of hazy afternoon. So it's a inversion lake that's trying so quality at the surface. By the time we get to the afternoon, warming, we've got some unhealthy percent group air head into the next couple of throughout the day, pretty much all across Southern California, with some particularly unhealthy air quality noted for San Bernardino and Riverside. So keep that in mind if you're in these areas. You just might not want to do that outdoor workout. Maybe take it inside instead and run the AC. You might need it too. We'll be plenty warm as we continue through with temperature into the 80s and 90s. But as we look ahead toward the next several days, we've got some big changes on the horizon. Next week, cooler, cloudier, and then even the possibility for just a little bit of rain. I'm not talking a lot of rain, though. It is going to be sparse at best. We'll talk a little bit more about that timing and when we can expect to see some of those changes coming up a little bit later this morning. But for now, just expect continued cover and warm afternoon today and tomorrow. As we continue over the next couple of days, though, we'll see a big swing in those temperatures, too. So we'll talk about when you can expect those changes coming up.
Tens of thousands of people are headed to the streets today for a No Kings protest event. Cities across Southern California are preparing as well, including downtown LA, in anticipation. And these gates right there on your screen are now set up on several freeway ramps in downtown LA. To talk more about it, NBC4's Annette Adiola live in downtown LA with more on the planned events. Annette, good morning.
Michelle, good morning. Today, one of the largest demonstrations scheduled to take place today is happening here at Gloria Molina Grand Park, with over 50,000 people expected to arrive within an hour. And yes, you just talked about those. We do know that security will be tight. Extra security measures are already in place, even hours before the crowds start coming down to downtown LA. In fact, earlier this week, we saw crews putting up gates. The freeway ramps at 101. Police will be standing by, and officials say they are prepared to close down the ramps should they need to. This is No Kings demonstrations from last June, which took place on the same day that President Trump held a military parade in Washington, D.C., and it also happened to be on his birthday. Now, demonstrators across the nation say they are protesting Trump's immigration policy, the rising cost of fuel, and the war in Iran. Now, on your screen is a map with all of the rallies happening across Southern California, from the Inland Empire to Orange County. You go on the website, you can find that map on our website. It's an interactive map. You click right there, and it'll give you the time and the locations of every single event. Now, nationwide, over 3,000 marches are expected to take place for the No Kings National Day of Nonviolent Action. Again, today's event happens here at Gloria Molina Grand Park, slated for 2 p.m. Michelle, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you so much for that live report. Now to the follow-up for the Department of Security. Last night, the House approved a short-term funding bill, but Senate Democrats are calling it dead on arrival. They're signaling they will not approve it. And stalemate on Capitol Hill continues. The day started with the Republican Senate unanimously passing a plan to end the shutdown for most of DHS. However, Speaker Mike Johnson quickly rejected it, saying it did not include money for ICE and Border Patrol.
This gambit that was done last night is a joke. convinced that it can't be that every Senate Republican read the language of this bill.
The stalemate is causing financial distress for hundreds of thousands of government workers, including TSA agents, which is impacting travel. With no end in sight, President Trump said he signed an executive order directing DHS to pay TSA agents. A DHS spokesperson tells NBC News that paychecks should start arriving as early as Monday. It's not clear the dollar amount or on what authority these funds will be tapped. Meanwhile, both the House and Senate won't be back in session until after the Easter holiday. Golf star Tiger Woods free on bond this morning after he was arrested and charged with DUI. It followed this crash in Florida yesterday. The Martin County Sheriff's Office released his new mugshot shortly after Woods left jail. Authorities say he was alone speeding in a Land Rover on a 30-mile-per-hour suburban road in Jupiter Island. Police say the 50-year-old was trying to pass a vehicle when the back end of it and flipped over.
Mr. Woods did a breathalyzer test, blew triple zeros, but when it came time for us to ask for a urinalysis test, he refused, and so he's been charged with DUI, with property damage, and refusal to submit to a lawful test.
The sheriff added Tiger was not hurt and neither was the other driver. Woods was charged with DUI in 2017 and pleaded guilty to reckless driving. Then 2021, the LAPD says Woods was driving nearly 90 miles per hour residential area of Rancho Palos Verdes when he hit a tree. Woods was not charged but serious injuries. Breaking news overnight in the ongoing war in the Middle East. Yemen's Iran-backed Houthis have claimed responsibility for a missile attack in Israel. It has intercepted a missile and followed an attack on military in Saudi Arabia. Sources tell the Associated Press at least 15 U.S. service members were hurt. And we are tracking the ongoing developments in the Middle East right here on NBC4. French dips, bid still ahead. Could it be the